Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the new SH Figuarts ZAMASU, or ZAMASU if that's how you want to pronounce it, Dragon Ball Super figure, part of their PB batch of figures, which means you just pay a whole lot more and don't get anything for your money. Not nothing, just nothing for the extra amount of money. This is one of the most bland releases we've seen in a long time. Luckily, there are some things about this figure which are exceptionally nice. There are some things which aren't very nice, but the good things are good, so there is that. So let's go ahead and get him off the stand and take a closer look. This guy stands just about, let's say 6 inches to the top of the hair, closer to 5 5/8 to the top of the head, which makes him just about, we'll say 14.25 centimeters to the top of the head and closer to 15.25 to the top of the hair. How tall is he compared to a Goku? And this is mostly a Goku. There you go. He's a little bit shorter. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about the aesthetics. But first, we have to do a question of the day. This is going to be a controversial question. Well, actually, the question's not. It's just the answers that will be. Did you like the plot for Dragon Ball Super? The new stuff, obviously. For me personally, it was better than Buu Saga, but otherwise it felt completely empty. I mean, Dragon Ball has never been really about the plot that much, but outside of the time skipping thing with Goku Black and Trunks, the rest, like the whole tournament, didn't do a thing for me. It was just like a way to introduce characters to sell toys as far as I'm concerned. But we did get some cool new transformations, so there is that. Okay, on to the figure. Aesthetically speaking, first things to note, he's not shiny, which is good. Piccolo was so freaking shiny and it ruined the figure. This guy is not shiny. The only shiny parts are his elbows and knees, and even then they're not very shiny. So that is good. The matte finish is very well done. The paintwork for the yellow is clean enough that it doesn't stand out as being a problem. Unfortunately, that's about it for paintwork. Yeah, we get the thing right here, the little button, but that's it. There's like no shading anywhere. It looks very, very, very basic. One good thing about the figure, though, is they did nail the faces. I'll show you this one now. You'll see the others when we get to the accessories. A little soft in the sculpt. Again, for whatever reason, the SH Figuarts figures do not want to have angular sculpts, and that's how the characters are drawn, so it's kind of unfortunate. But as far as the eye placement goes, which has been an issue throughout the past, this one's really good. The eyebrows are clean. A little bit of green on the mouth is good. It's not red like Piccolo. The potato earring looks really good. No shading anywhere though. So yeah, it's overall pretty well done, but there's no shading, and this was a premium release, which means it cost more than normal. Did we get anything more for it? I don't really think we did, other than the matte finish, which we should be getting anyway. So yeah, it looks all right, but it's nothing special. Proportions look all right. It's all fine. Like, there's nothing wrong with it so far. We'll get to some stuff, but for now it's pretty good. So I'll give it 7.5 out of 10. The face is nice, but having zero shading makes this look really bland. It's just, there's just no way about it, especially on the really light colors, like the belt thingy. And the pants are fairly light, and the boots are light, and the hair is light. There's just no shading. Doesn't look great. Okay, on to the accessories. We have 4 different faces. We have the neutral one you already saw. Then we have one with a little bit of a smile. Then we have one where he's a little bit angry. And then we have one where he's yelling. And they are all equally well done. Very, very nicely put together. No issues there at all. For the hands, we have the 2 fist hands that come out in the package. Then we have 2 karate chop style hands and 2 grapply hands. And that's it. That is it for accessories. That's all of them. There are no more. Why are there so few accessories? I could think of like 10 things right off the top of my head, which I won't mention because I didn't actually come up with 10, but I'm sure I could, that are not included that should be. So, what the heck? This is a premium Bandai release, and we got like the least amount of accessories ever. That really sucks, I think. So accessory-wise, even though we got 4 heads and 6 hands, for an SH Figuarts release, that's not a lot at all. So 6 out of 10 is being, I think, generous. I mean, we could have even gotten, wasn't there, I'm trying to remember back, a box of potato earrings? Something like that? Like, that's what led to him being evil? Whatever he was talking about with Supreme Kai or whatever, whoever he was talking about it with. Whatever, you guys know what I'm talking about. That would have been a cool accessory for this guy, but nope, we don't have it. whatever. That sucks. Okay, on to the articulation. It should be pretty much standard, I believe. Oh, somebody asked me. I remembered for you. I said I might not. Somebody asked me to see if the Goku black head fits on this ball peg. It does fit on that ball peg. It's not like a perfect fit, but it's good enough that if you were somehow to change out the neck and hands, you could fit Goku Black's head on there. I don't know that it's a great fit because he's a little bit shorter, proportionally speaking, but it does fit on that. But anyway, we have our standard ball peg ball hinge combo here. It's definitely not great, as I always say, but it'll get the job done. There's nothing really impeding it this time other than the joint itself is gonna fight you, but you can do it. The neck itself is technically articulated, but as you can see, it really might as well not be. It rotates, which is good for, you know, like photography or something, but functionally it doesn't add really anything. Now here we get to a problem. Every time they fix something that I say they need to fix, they go back and take it back and don't fix it anymore. We have a butterfly joint, which is the color of his inner shirt rather than the shirt that it needs to match. Why is it purple? It should be this grayish, bluish, blackish, slate-colored piece. It should slate-colored plastic. It shouldn't be purple. That doesn't make any sense. Why is it purple? This is supposed to all be connected. It's not because of articulation, so that should be the same color. It's not. It looks terrible. Also, you can't really get these pieces to line up well. Unless you stick them up like that, then they hide everything. But if you put them out normal, they don't hide it. You see purple inside there. So if you put them up a little bit, it helps, but you still see purple. Like, why is it purple? Just get rid of the freaking purple. What the heck? Anyway, you do get the butterfly joint, which is obviously usable to some extent, but that's going to look like crap. That's the key takeaway here. It's going to look like crap. There's no practical use for that because it's so damn ugly, unless you really just need a shot of him doing that. And you can't tell that it's super ugly, but it still is super ugly. Gosh, why did, like, decisions like that just drive me freaking nuts. So this is obviously on a little ball peg on top of the shoulder, like all of the old shoulder pieces used to be. That's how that is. Shoulders are independently hinged, but you can't raise the arm up more than that, so he's very limited. You do get your full rotation, of course, and that's fine, but it's going to be ugly the whole time, and it's still very limited. Bicep swivel is okay. Double jointed elbow is okay. Wrists are on a ball hinge. That's all fine. Torso is on a hinge and a ball peg. It actually has some of the best range we've seen out of any of their figures. Like, it does it all. And that's not even really employing the hinge yet. There's also a hinge in there, which helps him to lean forward. But that's a pretty good joint. Could go farther forward, I think. But, yeah, I think that's probably still okay. So that's fine. That is nice. These are all very soft pieces for his tunic and his sash. So we have a split back here, obviously, for those guys, and this one. And then this is a separate piece all the way around. So it doesn't really get in the way too much. And I don't think you have to worry too much about paint transfer, even though it could be a problem. You get really good range out of that. You might even be able to go a little bit farther, but that's still almost full on splits. So that's really good. Forward and back, also full range, no issue there. You do have your thigh swivel built in. Double jointed knee, which is, like, we've seen these knees a bunch now, so yep, they're still ugly. Are they the worst ever? No. Are they still ugly? Yes. Do they work? Well enough. So that's what you get. And then we're back to the double ball peg ankle, which brings the foot back pretty far. Virtually no range going forward at all, though. And then the ball hinge, or I mean the ball peg for the ankle rocker is very, very limited. So the ankles are the weakest point once again. Toe hinge is still that lazy design that doesn't really work because you get a spike in the bottom of the foot and it's very, very loose. So as usual, the toe hinges are worthless. But the rest of the articulation is good enough except for the lack of range in the shoulders and the aesthetic problems of the shoulders. I'd say the figure works pretty well otherwise. I will give the articulation an 8 out of 10. Those shoulders definitely hold it back, but the hips work really well. The torso works really well. The head can work just fine. Yeah, it's perfectly okay other than the shoulders, really. So, final verdict on this guy. 8 out of 10 is kind of generous, I guess. But anyway, okay, final verdict on this guy. It's fine. There's nothing terribly wrong with it. The shoulders definitely are the weakest point, I'd say. But for a premium Bandai release, like, I don't get it. Why? What is the purpose of that other than to just charge more for no reason? I don't see any value in it. I get it, like with Ginyu Force, I get it, that's probably not as mainstream a thing. But even then, If you're not getting something out of it, there shouldn't be a higher price point, especially when they're selling directly. There's no middleman. We should be paying less, not more, for a premium Bandai release when they're not premium at all. So my final verdict is I'm salty as heck about the premium Bandai releases. But the figure's technically fine. If it was a normal price point, I'd have a lot less of a problem with it, but it's not. It costs extra. So I'm knocking it down to a 7 overall, based on the price and the whole nature of the whole premium Bandai thing. It's really grinding my gears. I don't see any premium here. It's fine. It does a lot of things well, but those are things that all of the releases should do well. So, yeah, I'm going to leave it at a 7. You guys can let me know how you feel about the whole situation, and we'll talk about it in the comments section below. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs up anyway. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. And if you haven't subscribed, you might want to. I have new videos almost every single day, and I do have thousands, like almost 4,000 reviews on the channel, so you can always check those out. So come back for all of that. And in the meantime, keep collecting.